on this particular live, we kind of just be going over trades as as normal, but also I kind of just want y'all to be able to ask questions that maybe y'all have been wanting to ask about trading, of course, or something that's appropriate, really. But yeah, we're going today we're gonna go over some trades, but we're gonna look at trades. Typically, we look at things at a 15-minute time frame, but we are going to focus on like bigger time frames, so we can kind of see you know, bigger setups, goes on setups in like maybe the daily and the 4 hour time frame. Typically, we never look at it, on that wide of a scale. But I kind of want to, do that. Maybe find some swing trades that I can hold. Uh, have some big trades. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, I want to give y'all an opportunity to, if y'all have a specific, specific thing that y'all like to trade, just let me know, and I'll also do the gold zone for that particular trade as well. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hey, 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 girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, are we gonna go over the norm Nasdaq through Nasdaq, Ethereum, Bitcoin, US 30, EURUSD, and also gold. Nasdaq, Ethereum, Bitcoin, US 30, EURUSD, gold. All right, so Nasdaq. Let's look at Nasdaq on a bigger frame. So as we can all see, Nasdaq is in a uptrend at the moment. That is very clear. Don't matter how long you've been trading, whether it's been for a year or a day, we can clearly see that this thing is going upwards, right? So we will kind of just focus on that. We can make trading really simple. Like whenever you have a trading plan, talk to yourself out loud. Like whenever you're going through your setups, talk out loud. Say your setups out loud, um, because that would truly help you to be able to know what you are talking about. All right. So again, we can clearly see that we are in a nice uptrend at the moment. But if we're looking for a gold zone and we are in the daily time frame, just to see if we can find some bigger moves. Um, so yeah, let's do that. Next gold zone that we are seeing, y'all, is this is very simple actually. Now I don't see a specific support level, but I do see that we have a clean gold zone level on our resistance. So gold zone level up here. What's up, bro? What's up? Next gold zone level, simply gonna be looking up there for Nasdaq, and again, this is on a daily time frame. Let's see if we do see a. We could possibly see that, but because of this major wick to the downside, I'm actually not going to place a support level at all. This is the next gold zone that I'm looking for Nasdaq on the daily time frame. So this could be like literally days until we get here. But I'm going to have this. I want to have this marked up. I want to kind of have this zone marked up, and I'm going to keep a note on this zone level. Yeah. and I'm going to title it Gold Zone for Daily. So for NASDAQ, we may not get there. What's up? What's up? Guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So for NASDAQ, again, though, I am looking for this for the daily, though. Okay? So it could be a while until we get there. But if we can get if we can get a push up, I will look for a short position. But because we are in such a huge uptrend, if I do take a swing, I probably wouldn't hold for too long. Just because price is a continuation to the upside at the moment, and so I don't see any signs of a reversal right now. And this is not financial advice. I am just letting y'all know what I am looking for. Give me 1 second. Yo, yo, yo. All right. So again, for gold, I mean not for gold, for Nasdaq, I am looking for this level right here. Now let's get to Ethereum. What am I looking for? I am looking for a setup in the daily. Yeah, everything that I do on the 15-minute time frame, I am doing it here on the daily, just in the bigger scale. So Ethereum, we are currently, it looks like we had like a little double top right here, right? You see here, and we also see here. We're getting a nice little push down. So let's see. This does not mean necessarily that we're going to definitely get a push down to the downside because we see that. But let's see. For me right now, it doesn't look like we're necessarily going up or down. Kind of like we're in like a consolidation state right now, like a huge box. I'll bring this over here. There. Bring this over here. Boom. To me, it looks like we're kind of like in just a box area right here. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't really see anything for Ethereum. I mean, we could look at this right here, this downtrend. Now, if we were trading this on a 15 minutes, I'm definitely looking at this right here. Boom. Got this level here. Boom. Yeah, these are like really some good swing trades. Now, imagine you're doing these swing trades, right? Imagine you're doing these swing trades with like tight entries, like if you were on the 15-minute time frame. Wouldn't that be? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Reese, what's up, brother? My brother, what's up, man? But yeah, y'all. So Ethereum on the daily time frame. These are just some swing trades. Same setups that we typically will look for, but tighter time frame. All right. So gold zone for Ethereum on the daily will look something like this. Boom. Literally that. We got a nice bounce there. Looking for maybe a push down here. If not, looking for a reversal back up to the upside. Bro, Reese, so I am just going over just daily, the daily time frame goes on. So, typically we do the 15 minutes, but we are just looking at it in a huge scale, so the daily. So just for some swing trades. That's all, bro. So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. I'll delete all this. Bitcoin, we can clearly see that we are in an uptrend right now, which is right here. Right here. Boom. So we are in this uptrend right now for Bitcoin. Big two gold zones that we see right here. Boom. And boom. Now we stay in this and we don't get a push to the downside. So like if Bitcoin comes here, like I'm talking about, like we're talking about Bitcoin right now, right? So this is like everybody's looking at this in the world, like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin just made new highs, right? That's always a thing. That's always a thing. So we've seen this major push up. Price got to 125. Now it's at 105. But look, y'all, when we look at it in a frame like we typically do, y'all, if we get a bounce here, this key level, which is around, it's kind of hard for me to say what it's around. I'm just because we don't actually know when we'll come to this gold zone level. But if it comes from where this is here to anything right here, we could see it around 104 to 98. If we can get a touch anywhere in this area on this trend line here, and this thing wants to stay in this cycle right here, then we could see a push up, y'all. A potential, right? We don't know nothing. If you say you know something for sure, then you are lying. But for a potential, we could see if price was to go to the next gold zone, y'all, like we could really see some really major highs for Bitcoin, like really, really major highs. But based on how we've always traded here on Bitcoin, right? Not just Bitcoin, but just our gold zone strategy. It's this thing, our last touch. If we look at our last touch, right? And I'm going to be keeping my eye on this just so, yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eye on this. But our last touch was right here for Bitcoin. So if our last touch is right here, we know for those that's been, trading gold zone with me, we know that we want to see price push up to this next level before price comes down to this level here. So if this thing, which is it's looking like it's doing at the moment, does not mean it's going to stay like this because we have not touched this level yet. But if it starts to create this, what I like to call this U shape, and not come to this gold zone, this is where price starts to get exhausted, and we can see price begin to break out of this gold zone line and get a push down to the downside, right? Now, based on our Pac-Man's math, and I know this is like unbelievable, like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin would never go down to 50,000 again. But I literally just said you probably shouldn't ever say what something is and cannot do when it comes to this stock market. So, or cryptocurrency or whatever it is that you like to watch. But based on how we've traded here on these different time frames, 15 minutes, all that good stuff, this is also a magnet zone. So if price breaks this key level here, it wouldn't be a shocker if we see price come all the way down to 50,000 on Bitcoin. Literally. Like it was at 50,000, and I find that funny that literally right on 50,000, we see this major push up to the upside. Right? Price was at 125, and now it's all the way down to 105. It's not impossible for Bitcoin to want to come down to back to 50,000. All right. Now, is that saying that it's going to? No. We still have a level here that price might want to create a double bottom, right? Or this could just be a double touch on the gold zone for a major push up to the upside, right? So this could definitely be another touch for this gold zone level, and we just get a push up back into the upside. But I would just say, listen, this line here, if you create this line on any chart, pay attention to this line. Let's see what price does on this line. Because like this is so important right now, especially we got this U shape. If Bitcoin comes down to $50,000, not only Bitcoin, like not only is that huge, but for those that maybe want to get into Bitcoin, but for those and all these other cryptocurrencies, from just I haven't looked at many cryptocurrencies in a very long time, but from the past, if Bitcoin failed, it seemed as though everything else failed. And if Bitcoin rose, it seemed like everything else was also rising. I may be wrong because I haven't looked at all these cryptocurrencies. I've only been looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? But if that is the case, some of y'all will know more than I would. But if that is the case, we could definitely see Bitcoin come down to this, this 50,000, which would be crazy. Which would be crazy, like crazy. Reese, bro, if Bitcoin comes to this gold zone level, like that's a play. Because if it does do a double, like just a double touch on the gold zone, and it does not respect this U shape, and we just get a push up, bro, that's huge. If it comes down, if it wants to short, we get like if it wants to short this to all the way to the downside, 250,000, huge. If you want to catch the Pac-Man's mouth at the bottom for an upside, huge. Like, bro, these are like runners. Like, bro, I'm staying in this for months at a time. Yeah. But this is all speculation. All speculation. All speculation. There's no, just all speculation. All right. Now, US 30. US 30 kind of looking like NASDAQ. Looking very much like NASDAQ, of course. Now, you could look at US 30 in just kind of a bigger frame, but I don't like that. Now, we looked at NASDAQ on a bigger frame, but we could focus just on this level right here. Right? Let's see what price is doing just right here. I'm simply going to go to this first touch. I'm going to bring it to this touch, and I'm going to bring it to this touch here. Boom. So that is what I am locked in on. Last touch was here. We start to create this U shape without us pushing up to this upside here. We start to create this U shape on US 30. We could possibly see a double touch for a push up, or this is a key level where we could see price break to the downside. US 30. EUR USD. So currently, now overall, it looks like we are kind of in a downward state right now. So it looks like structure, the market is kind of going down right now overall. But right now, at the moment, we are in an uptrend. So let's see what price is doing. We're going to actually just kind of focus on this level right here. If we bring this here, let me bring this here. Looks like we got a nice breakout level. So because we got a nice breakout level, we are currently in a downtrend right here. We'll simply bring this here. Boom. And we're going to bring this here. All right, so EUR, USD, this is what I'm looking at right now. Last touch on the gold zone was right here, and we got a nice pushback down to the downside. All right. So if that's our last touch, and we start to create another U shape, we're seeing a lot of U shapes. So we're starting to see another U shape. This is where we can start seeing breakouts. So on EUR USD, on the daily time frame, we could possibly be seeing a potential break from here, right? That's definitely like realistic, especially we are in this upward trend. We could possibly see a break. Now, if we get a break, I'm simply looking for a retest on any candle for a pushback up. Or we could see price literally just continue, maybe touch this goes on line here and continue to push down to the downside. And our next goes on would be still down here. Now, for gold, y'all, this is going straight up in the air. It's like a beeline. This is literally like a beeline. I don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't have anything for gold. I don't have anything for gold. But what it's looking like right here is we get a breakout here for gold. This little breakout right here could be a thing. Like we're going to stay in this upward trend right here, and this could literally be a pullback for a pushback up to the upside, right? The same thing that we were just seeing on US 30. So let's just go back to US 30. All right. So if you rewind to US 30, like let's just say, matter of fact, let's do NASDAQ. I think NASDAQ might be a better example. Yeah, NASDAQ. So, boom. This is what gold is looking like right now. So we like in this high streak now. Of course, this is not exactly how gold looks, but stay with me. If we have a nice uptrend here. Price is really pushing up here, right? But we got a major pull down. But we could be starting to see a breakout for a pushback up to the upside. So let's just say that price starts to break this level here. Let's see. Matter of fact, not even that level, this level. All right. Now, if you're looking at this and you're looking at gold, we have this key level here. We're going to bring this here. Okay, this breakout right here for NASDAQ is a big deal. Boom, look at that. That was a really, really big deal, right? Now, if you look at gold, look at this, y'all. We got this nice pull down. This breakout could be a really, really big deal, right? This breakout could be a really, really big deal for gold. I'm going to actually come down to the 15 minutes. Look at that. This could be a thing, y'all. This could be a thing, y'all. For sure. For sure. Especially when you go back to the daily and you look at it. This could be a real thing. A real thing. So we'll see, y'all. But man, this looks like a really good. This looks like there could be a potential for a really, really good setup. Like a really, really good setup. But tomorrow's gonna be really interesting to see how gold pushes. If gold is pushing up tomorrow, then yeah, it's definitely respecting that breakout right there, for sure. It's definitely respecting that breakout. For sure. But y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not a trader that really goes to different time frames. I literally just stay on a 15-minute time frame. But I mean, I really wanted to see what could be by looking at these different setups in the different time. And I know some of y'all trade these high time frames, which is cool. But I really don't. But I think they're gonna be really, really good for swing trade. Like just imagine if we could have gotten to a swing trade down here. I'm hanging out. We're chilling. We're chilling in all this right now. Matter of fact, if I'm like taking away all emotions, this right here, this is solid. Now, I don't know if I would have my stop loss this far back just because it's me. But I mean, like, use it being smart. Yeah, I should. But in my head, I'm like, bro, if I can get in with a tighter stop loss and price does not pull back all the way down here, yo, that's really good. Because if I use my normal stop loss, right? If I use my normal stop loss for this, for gold, we get a nice break, retest. Let's just say I use my normal stop loss right here, right? My normal stop loss, y'all, for gold is like this. Sometimes it's at 5. It's like between 5 and 10, depending, right? But let's just say it's at 10. And let's just pretend that price never comes back, right? Like this breakout. Now, should I do that? No, that's not using wisdom at all. But look at this. And let's just say that price wants to continue to push up to this upside. Guess what? That's a 31 to 1 trade. But I probably shouldn't do that. That wouldn't be wise. That wouldn't be wise. But what would be better is if I did this, if I was to do something like this. I'm not going to even look for a retest because of how I would be trading this. If I'm trading this like this, I'm not looking for a retest. I'm just kind of getting in because my stop loss is so far down, I don't really need a retest. But at the same time, that doesn't make sense to me either because this is only a 1-to-1. So that's a waste of time. So like if I'm going to do a swing trade, I want to be able to like get in at really good areas, right? Like I want to get in at like really good entries. Like, I want to get in at my 15-minute entries, but like my exits is based upon the daily. That's insane, right? But me getting a 1-to-1 off of a swing trade just doesn't make sense. Or me getting a 1-to-2 or a 1-to-3, it just doesn't make sense. I'm in a trade for a very long time. I'm in a trade for so long just to get a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3. That's just a normal day setup. But if I'm going to do a swing trade, I want a swing trade to really be like, oh my gosh, I got in at a gold zone position and we got immediate bounce and I had a crazy stop loss, like something like this. So let me try to find one that I'm like, man, this, like that is the one, right? So we have something like this. We got a nice break. So we got a nice break here. We got a break. And we got the retest. So this candle right here closed above. Let's bring this up. Let's be perfect on here, y'all. Let's be perfect. First touch. We got a nice break above. We closed above. I don't even know where this thing is at. Okay, so we got a nice close above, right? This close above is on the 15-minute time frame, but it's on the 15-minute time frame right now, but we're looking at it through the daily, right? So this little pullback right here is correlating to this wick right here on the daily. So, oh my goodness. So whenever we come back here, this little wick is that little pullback, right? So if I go, let's rewind. If we go here, boom. Okay, so we see based upon our 15 minutes, we was marking this up on the 15 minutes. We were like, yo, let's look for a retest here. We're gonna look for the retest, and we're gonna have typically our stop loss is pretty tight, but let's go a little bit far back. So we typically are like between 5 to 10. Just because of how we're trading, we can at least go down to like, let's double that. So let's go like 15. Let's just say we're gonna make it like 15 just because we know our correlations on the 15-minute time frame. Let's see. Boom, price pull back, price pull back, price pull back. Okay, boom. I I like this. This is nice. I feel like this is worth it. And that's what I mean by I feel like this is not. I feel like this is worth it. And this is just my opinion, y'all. Like there is no like this is just my opinion. But if I'm gonna get in the daily time frame, if I'm gonna do a swing trade, it has to like be worth the swing trade. Like I want to hit gains, right? So look at this. Now this is what I'm talking about. Boom, very tight stop loss. Look at that, y'all. That's a 62-1. That for me is what swing trading is all about. Not taking 2-1s, 3-1s. That is a daily setup. It's like that's a daily setup. But if I'm going to like get a swing trade, I want to be able to. And again, this is opinionated, y'all. I want y'all to do whatever is comfortable with you, whatever works for you, whatever helps you, whatever you make money doing. But yeah. So I think I am going to start, looking at some swings. It has to make sense for me. That makes sense. Like that's a really good setup. That's a really good setup. Really good setup. This right here, Ethereum is actually a really good setup too. Like this is a really good setup. I would have a stop loss. I will make my entries based upon the daily, but I will make my exits. I will make my entries based upon the 15 minutes, and I'll make my exits based upon the daily. So that's how I'll be able to like make really, really big gains on swing trades. And I'm going to open up a swing trading account because I don't have one. So I'm going to open up a swing trading account where I'm in it to win it. So yeah. And family, do y'all have any questions? If not, I'm about to get off this thing, y'all. If y'all have any questions, or if y'all want me to go over any particular thing that y'all want to see or that y'all trade, I will do that as well. So just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. This would have been a really good entry too for Bitcoin. This right here is a really, really good entry. This is one of those situations. So whenever I'm trading Bitcoin, my stop loss is at 250. But my everything is based on 15 minutes, so I wouldn't even be looking at the daily. That's why like 250 seems like unrealistic. In this situation, it would be. So in this situation, I would probably have it like right here. This is a lot more realistic for me, and that would be 500, maybe even 400. But 500 is more realistic. But 250 is what I typically look at whenever I'm just looking at the 15-minute time frame. I'm not looking at no daily. I'm not looking at anything like that. But man, look at that. Wow. That's a 15-1 trade. Goodness gracious. But okay, family. Bye.